It is amazing that it's been a year already since the last time I did an awards show. But I've had a lot of DACs and streamers come through this year, so we're going to talk about the ones that I think are the best and stood above the rest. So sit down, grab a cup of coffee, and let's talk about the DACs of the year. By the way, thank you to Harry's for sponsoring today's video. More about them later. If you are just getting into hi-fi, a DAC is a digital to analog converter. With the ubiquity, is that the right way to say it? With the ubiquitous nature of digital music from streaming services, from your Apple 4K TV, from your smart television, from your computer, one of the easiest and quickest ways to get awesome, better fidelity is through buying a high-quality digital to analog converter, or a DAC. The good news is you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a significant improvement on the quality of your digital music. So if you're just starting out in this hobby, I would highly recommend getting yourself a new DAC, because even to the uninitiated, they'll be able to tell the difference in the sound quality. The award for the budget DAC of the year goes to, probably no surprise here, the SMSL SU1. This is a tiny little 5-volt DAC, which means you can plug a USB-C right into a 5-volt charger that you would probably have laying around for your cell phones. This is an amazing little device. It comes in around $80. That's retail. Sometimes it goes on sale for $70. Has an AKM 4493 chip inside and is absolutely wonderful. I use this all of the time. Very straightforward operation. There is no remote control, no nothing. One button on the front changes the inputs. What inputs are on here? Well, I'm glad you asked. You have a USB-C, an optical SPDIF, and a coaxial SPDIF. So you can run 3 different digital devices off of this little box. Sound quality is clean, dynamic, large soundstage. It's really crazy just how good the SU1 is. And for $80, this thing, the SU1, punches way above its price point. Sounds better than DACs 10,000 times more expensive. Just kidding. Honestly though, you probably need to step up to the Gishelli Labs J2 AK4493 version to beat this thing. And that's about $250. Let's talk about Harry's. Giving a great gift can make you look good, and it can make other people in your life look good too. That's why I was super humbled to have Harry's sponsor today's video. I've been shaving since the late 80s, and Harry's has been in the drawer of my bathroom for years. And right now you can get their starter set, which includes a 5-blade German engineered razor, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. A $13 value for $5. And you can use my link harrys.com/cheapaudioman to take advantage of that crazy deal right now. Schedule delivery of the blades whenever you need them, as low as $2. Harry's also just launched a holiday gift set. It's all dressed up. Very attractive looking. Comes in a beautiful all black box. You don't even need to wrap it. Just slap a bow and stick it under the tree for your favorite loved one that shaves. Inside, you get Harry's ergonomic craft handle with a dotted rubber grip pattern in a limited edition matte black finish. Nothing cooler than matte black stuff. Stealthy. You also get Harry's signature foaming shave gel. Includes 3 German engineered blade cartridges, each with a flex hinge and lubricating strip. Makes a great gift for that person on your list. Even if that person is you, give yourself a gift of Harry's. Available exclusively on harrys.com for a limited time, so you might want to do it today. Check off all the guys in your life by getting them a Harry's starter set. You can go to harrys.com/cheapaudioman or use the code CHEAPAUDIOMAN to give the gift of a clean shave. So click on the link below in the description and the pinned comment and get yourself a starter set for $5, which is a $13 value. For $5. 5 is less than 13. Thank you, Harry's, for sponsoring today's video. taking a bit of a step up in price, but getting a whole bunch of features, is the SMSL, another SMSL product, M300 SE. This is a DAC and a headphone amplifier, and instead of using an AKM chipset, it's using a Cirrus Logic chipset, which actually has an op amp in the DAC chip itself. It's all one unit. So not only do you get a great sounding DAC, but you also get a very capable headphone amplifier, all for the low price of about $130, and this thing will go on sale for around $116 too. It's got two CS43 131 chips inside. On the back you have XLR outputs to go to an amplifier that has XLR inputs, and you can use this as a preamp of sorts, a digital preamp. Also has a 3.5 millimeter RCA output, so if you're putting it into something that has regular RCA connections, you'll have to get a 3.5 to RCA cable to hook it up to your regular stereo. But I see this little product as being something that people can take with them, take to work, maybe stick it in the corner of their living room, and have a very good DAC and a decent headphone amplifier. And for $130, it's an absolute bargain. The slightly more expensive, but yet still very affordable DAC / headphone amp of the year goes to the SMSL DL200. I actually just gave this away to my friend yesterday for helping me put up a television and an accent wall above my fireplace. Anyway, the DL200 uses a Sabre ES9039 Q2M DAC chip. Has a 6.35 millimeter single-ended output for your headphones on the front, as well as a 4.4 Pentacon output on the front. On the back, it has regular RCA outputs and balanced TRS outputs. Has a Bluetooth input, has a coaxial input, has an optical input, has a USB-C input. All the inputs, but most importantly for me, it sounds awesome. The form factor is awesome. This is a product that if you would have told me it was $350 or $400, I would have believed you had I not known the price. At $190, another great small form factor DAC / headphone amplifier that the only thing that you need to do is add a streamer, a Weem Mini or something like that. Technically, you don't really have to add anything considering it has Bluetooth. Ugh. But this is something that could go under a television, next to your work computer, a variety of things, and for less than $200, again, I think this DAC is picking fights with products that are double or even triple the retail price. It's so easy to say that, and everybody says, "Oh, great!" Like that's the easiest thing to say in reviews or in like written reviews. I always love seeing that. Oh, this sounds as good as the DAC 2 or 3 times the price. Really? Do all DACs sound the same that are 2 times the price or 3 times the price? Anyway, I get a kick out of that. Switching gears to streamers. So this is a streamer that has a good DAC in it, and sometimes even has an analog input in it. No surprise here. The streamer / DAC of the year goes to the Weem Pro Plus. Has an AKM 4493 DAC inside it, so a bit of a better DAC, or a lot of a better DAC, than the Weem Pro. Also comes with a remote control. Also has an analog input on the back. So this can be a real preamp. You can actually put in a phono preamp or any other analog input that you want into the analog input. Has digital input, so it really is a DAC. And oh, by the way, it's only about $200, and it just so happens to have the best streaming platform available right now. Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, AirPlay 2, Chromecast, Rune Ready, streaming platform that has everything. You can pick up network attached music. The Weem Pro Plus is mind-boggling. And you don't need to get it if you already have a decent DAC. You can get the Weem Pro, and it pretty much does all the same thing, except it doesn't have the 4493 DAC inside. That comes in about $150. So it's the overall streamer / DAC / preamp of the year is the Weem Pro Plus. Absolute bananas value for money on this product. This is somewhat of an honorable mention. There's going to be 2 products for honorable mentions. One of them is actually going to be This is the FIO R7. Now, it does have a headphone amplifier inside. It also has a very capable DAC. It has all sorts of stuff. The one thing that holds this back, in my opinion, is the headphone amplifier. But for $600 for the asking price, you get a ton of stuff on here. It has a streamer inside. It's based on the Google Android platform, so you can actually download different apps like Apple Music. So while this product isn't perfect, it deserves a mention here at the end of the year because it is just so versatile. The other product that deserves a bit of an honorable mention is the Eversolo DMP A6. Similar to this, but no headphone amplifier, and the DMP A6 is really probably more at home on a stereo rack versus next to your computer or something like that. But the DMP A6 comes with a Sabre 9038 Q2M. Very good DAC chip. You're going to hear about that DAC chip a few times in this list. And on the back, you have a cacophony of inputs and outputs. Optical in, USB-C in, optical out, coaxial in, Bluetooth in, HDMI out, balanced outputs, and single-ended outputs. This is expensive. It's $860, but it's a bit of a darling. Everybody loves this thing. I think it's good. I think it can be beaten sonically by putting together a few less expensive pieces. But if you're after convenience all in one and something that can play Apple Music, room ready, all that good stuff, and it has album art, so as a display, the Eversolo DMP A6 is a crazy awesome product. Doesn't win any awards here, but it does deserve an honorable mention. The traditional size component DAC / preamp goes to the Emotiva XDA3. This product comes in at $700 and has some very interesting inputs as well. HDMI, ARC, 2 optical in, 2 coaxial ins, 1 full-size USB in, balanced outputs, differential outputs, so you can hook this up to an Emotiva differential amplifier and have an incredible 2-channel or even 2.1 channel system and be able to cover all your input and output options. The DAC inside is, guess what? The 9038 Q2M DAC chip, just like on the Eversolo. This product also has a headphone output on it. This is kind of a jack of all trades, but the one thing that differentiates this product over a lot of other products is an RCA input. 2 of them. You have a balanced input and a single-ended input. So this really is a preamp of sorts. Ton of functionality, traditional component size. This thing can scale because you can put it on differential amplifiers and can handle a ton of inputs. Does have an RCA output, so you could run that to a subwoofer if you wanted to. The XDA3, traditional DAC size component / preamp / awesomeness of the year. The 2023 What the Heck Is This DAC Award goes to the Schkit Sin. The Schkit Sin is somewhat of a Frankenstein's monster when it comes to hi-fi componentry. It's a DAC. It's also a multi-channel decoder. It's also a headphone amplifier. So it has an optical input and a USB-C input. Subwoofer output, 5 speaker outputs. So you're going to need multiple amplifiers with this, or an amplifier that is multi-channel to handle all of the outputs of the Schkit Sin. This is a fun product. Sonically, it can be bested by other DACs at a lower cost, but it doesn't do everything that the Sin does. It's a remarkable little product, a very fun product, and if you are into multi-channel listening and you don't have a ton of room, or you just want something that's not so complicated, then take a look at the Schkit Sin. Comes in around $400, I think, and is a very fun, very unique product that doesn't have any competition. Another honorable mention here is not going to win the DAC of the Year award, but I just did this review. It's the Ayune, whatever, S9C reference DAC headphone amplifier. Super solidly built, sounds amazing, huge headphone amplifier inside from a power perspective, linear power supply, very heavy duty, wonderfully built. A little bit pricey though. Comes in around, I think, $600, maybe $700. Ton of inputs, ton of outputs, clocking inputs, a little bit of a more audiophile DAC. Absolutely amazing. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention it. And, drumroll please, the DAC of the year for 2023 is shocker, the Gishelli Labs J2, the AKM 4499 version with the Sparkos op amps upgrade. Fully kitted out or fully spec'd out, this comes in around $700 if you get it in wood. If you get it in aluminum, it's $666, I think, which is kind of funny. However, if you're only running single-ended, you don't have to upgrade all of the op amps. You only have to upgrade one. This DAC simply sounds amazing. With the Sparkos op amp upgrades, it gives it a huge, immersive, addictive soundstage that gives a level of reality to the music that I haven't heard on any other products that I've tested. Dynamic bass, bass control, openness, space, organic vocals, organic acoustic instruments. It just doesn't get any better than this. Even on headphones, you can hear an awesome improvement in the soundstage. You may not like the looks, you may not like the interface. There's no volume control, it's just push buttons with some LEDs, but there's no arguing that the Gishelli Labs J2, the AKM 4499 version with the Sparkos op amp upgrade, is anything other than perfect sonically. So that's it. Make sure you subscribe and like this video. We're gonna have the amp of the year, we're gonna have speakers of the year, we're gonna have all the stuff of the year. So if you want to support the channel, you can check out the links. Most of those will be affiliate links. You can sign up for my Patreon, patreon.com/cheapaudioman. You can sign up for Amazon Music, Tidal, or Rune. Those are affiliate links too. You can buy me a cup of coffee with the thanks button down at the bottom of the video. So many awesome products. This year has flown by. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Don't binge watch anything on Netflix or Hulu. Binge listen through one of these awesome products of the year and fill yourself with happiness. And with that, I'm Randy. I'm the Cheap Audio Man.